Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live. We are live, and we are kicking off NXT already. I got JD McDonough coming out. If you didn't know, we are the Wrasslin for Life Network. It is the day after Christmas, so we're rolling along. The week's still going. We're heading towards New Year's, and we're about to turn this calendar. But we have some wrestling to get to before we get there. These two pretty faces are going to run you through your alternative commentary for NXT tonight. Lots of wrestling topics to talk about. As always, light up this chat. Let us know how you're feeling. Happy Tuesday, folks. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are alive and well, and we are live on YouTube. And we're ready to go on a wonderful, for me, it was still a little bit of a vacay. I haven't gone back to said job until tomorrow. So, yeah, another wonderful holiday day for me. How are you doing, sir?
Good. I thought you was about to say you're about to be off for the whole week. I was like, God damn, Canada's winning on the U.S.
Right I thought about it. But I mean,
but yeah, so how's everybody doing? Hopefully everybody had a good Christmas. I'm Big Nick. That's the Every Night Delight, KJ White.
There you go.
Or should say for the holidays and everything, Santa's Delight, KJ White.
Santa's Delight.
Pause. But we're kicking off NXT right now with JD McDonough versus Julius Creed. So give us your predictions for that, as well as I say, what up, Dale, Steven, John, Gary, Ronnie, Bobby, on Dasher, on Dancer, on Prancer.
Dash away all. Now, an interesting fact: JD McDonough starting this match with a black eye and slightly bleeding already. Pardon me.
Yeah, well, I mean, we do kind of have to pretend that this wasn't probably already pre-recorded because of the holidays. Of
right,
wrestlers get a vacation too.
Right, and we don't though. We were here last night for a review show of the all-time best of 2022 from WWE, but now we're in another tape show tonight. The good news is live wrestling will return this week. Thank Christ. Happy birthday, by the way.
No, this is the season finale of NXT.
Pretty much, right?
Right.
Now tomorrow we have New Year's Bash, and I mean that card's lining up pretty good as well, Nick.
Oh, absolutely. I think this is a time where AEW can really, because I believe AEW might still be live.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So then I think that's very much a point to where AEW can squeak one out on WWE heading into 2023 of, well, if you really look hard enough, if you really want to, which by the way, we're a spoiler-free zone here, you can find out what happens on just about everything when it comes to WWE right now. Versus AEW, you still have no idea, and they still want to put out stacked cards.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how that goes. And like my buddy here said, we are the Wrasslin for Life Network, and we do this every night, folks. We do not stop. We were running right through until the calendar flips, and then we're not stopping then either. So welcome to the stream. If you haven't been here before, like, subscribe. I am Mr. Every Night, KJ White. That is the gift that keeps on giving, Mr. Big Nick.
Pause.
And we are covering NXT tonight. Like I mentioned, we will be back tomorrow for Dynamite. Thursday, we'll let you know. And then Friday, we got doubleheader, and then we're going to roll through.
We got the Invisible Man showing up. Do.
Right? To end the year, the Ghost of Cena passed.
Right. Yes, and as Chris, I guess, points out here and wants to correct us because, it's not like we're live or anything, but, it's Holiday Smash, not Bash.
Smash.
Oh, smashing, darling, smashing.
It's always going to be a bash to me.
Right. Speaking of bashing, we've got JD bashing Julius's shoulder into the corner. See, good transition.
There we go.
Right. So JD right now very much in control. I see a good most people picking Creed for this, but now I'm seeing a couple taking JD. Who you taking?
I take JD.
Really? Okay. I'll take Julius then. I think they're pushing the Creed brothers. I think that we still even question if Diamond Mine's really a thing. We've heard that at least one of them might get a good main roster push, and I think that's Julius.
Absolutely. Who is JD facing tonight? He is facing Julius Creed. That match
Yeah,
just
don't you work there?
that match just went to a commercial. What's up, Big Vic?
Yes, absolutely. By the way, join. I put the link in there. Join our Discord server and everything like that.
Yes,
So you can talk wrestling with all you fine folks, and even with us when we're not live. The few times that does happen.
the few times, very few.
Few,
But
few.
yes, check us out on Discord. It's getting going. It's heating up. It's heating up.
Well, trust me, we're still just a baby in this thing. Still haven't even made it a year. So 2023, it's the Jordan year. I'm coming for everything they said I couldn't have and more.
Yeah, well, it's there. Time to put up some banners. But Dale, how you doing? Damien, how you doing? I'm looking forward to Wesley and Tony D'Angelo tonight. I mean, interesting match. Tony,
Hence why I have that behind me.
you like that? I thought you would appreciate that.
Exactly. Good. Well, and it's so funny because spoiler, quick inside note here while we're in commercial for those who have been here for a hot minute. No, when I first started here, I had the Italian flag hanging behind me and everything. So I think it's a nice little callback. And of course, good Paisan Tony D'Angelo is going to win the North American title tonight.
Oh wow, you're going for the
absolutely. I said since that match was announced, I'm taking that man. Dijak might be his hired gun still.
Interesting. Not a bad
Dijak might be as heavy.
We call him. We changed his name slightly. You know,
just go. Well, you could if you went back to Dominic Dijakovic. Just
you're
do
okay
that.
with it, right?
Right.
Bobby, how's it going? How's it going, Bobby? What's up, Ronnie, as well? I know my buddy kind of clicked off some of these already. Gary, happy Tuesday. I hope everyone's doing well, staying safe. If you're still off on holidays, congrats. For those who aren't, God bless you. What's up, Steve Chambers? Hope you're doing well. Dale's got JD. Jack says, what's up, everybody? Damien's taking JD as well. So interesting.
It seems like a good kind of split here.
That's the best part of the holidays, man. Leftovers for sure.
Oh, trust me, I still got a fridge full of them.
All right, let's go. Oh, there you go. Bobby's taking Julius.
Creed. Why?
Picking JD. So JD's definitely leading the way here.
Steven was saying how he thinks that they're pushing him for the North American title, which is going to be interesting.
That's interesting. I have 2 leftovers from my family Xmas dinner. There you go. I want to say JD for the win. There you go. No spoilers. I agree, Steve. We walk into these shows blind, so anybody shows up and ruins it, don't. I still go for the Creeds. There you go. Who's JD facing? Answered that one. Push JD for the North American title. I mean, JD did go after Bron Breakker. He was unsuccessful. What do you think's next for JD, Nick?
The North American title is not a bad shout, to be honest. I mean, right. I think we've got Bron already set up with Grayson Waller. I'm still pleading that Carmelo Hayes gets called up. So it leaves JD kind of with that's the best angle to go at, which we're back from commercial. Then do you guys think Wade goes back to NXT or stays on SmackDown with Cole and Pat? That's an I've been thinking about that lately because I know Pat's coming back or should be coming back soon. So
but would it not be a fair guess that, and I talked about this a lot last night during our Raw recap, but I feel like Kevin Patrick should be the odd man out of here. I think he should be the musical chair without the chair.
I still as Julius catches big backbreaker on the JD, but I think we talked about it at one point of maybe you get Pat and Corey together. That's I think a power couple in commentary. I hate to say that term, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm still a little convinced that they are going to prefer Pat with Cole just because Pat brings a little more life out of Cole, right?
Little bit. I mean, it was a big part of what made SmackDown can't miss. Big jumping knee from Creed. Oh, Spanish fly from JD. Wow. Just standing Spanish fly.
What's up, A-Town?
Yeah, see, A-Town, you should be happy. You got your what miss before, or the night before what miss. What's up, KJ, Big Nick, Victor, Dale, Larry, and chat? What up?
Larry.
What up? Happy holidays, you beardos. I like that name.
Right.
That's our tag team name.
There you go. Happy holidays. Beardos.
Beardos.
You made Larry chuckle, so good job, Canadian Space. Ronnie's taking the Creed. Get Booker T out of NXT. Quack, quack.
Shucky ducky quack quack. No.
But he hasn't been that bad, Nick. He hasn't been that bad, to be honest.
That's what I'm saying. No, I want to keep him in NXT. I think he's great.
He's great. What do you put him on?
Go ahead.
He's not bad at all. I was thinking maybe put him on SmackDown.
Oh,
Nah.
That would be interesting.
Right. Let's go.
1, 2 count for JD. I want to see Carmelo Hayes versus Bron Breakker for the NXT Championship before Carmelo Hayes gets called up to the main roster. Needs to have. I don't think he needs to have the NXT Championship. I think there's been plenty of male superstars and female superstars who got called up and had, honestly, probably more successful careers on the main roster that didn't win the big gold title, the main title in NXT, than those who have. So if the man's got talent, why sit there and drag it out just to drag it out? Just because you feel like he needs a participation trophy for being in NXT?
Right. No, I mean, you got a valid point.
Oh,
McDonough missing a moonsault.
Creed just plants him.
Yep.
Big ass sliding clothesline. 1, 2. And Julius Creed picks up the 1, 2, 3.
Like a strong win.
I'm telling you, I believe it's if I remember correctly, that's the Creed brother that they were talking about. They have ideas to move up to the main roster and kind of put a push behind. Could you imagine a faction with...
Here we go.
Oh, shit, no. You'd have to rewrite history here. But I was going to say, I was going to include Damon Kemp, but if you included the Creed brothers, even say if you did it with Alpha Academy or if you put them around Gable Stevenson when he came up, writes itself.
We're just going to call it the Singlet Squad?
Exactly. You just, world's greatest tag team 2.0, as we've got Indusher out right now confronting the Creed brothers.
Now, we've seen an ongoing issue between these four gentlemen, and I mean, it's interesting. I like what they're doing right now with Veer and Shanky. Not Shanky. Oh my god, Sanga.
Shanky's still MIA. Shanky.
He is. He danced his
Shanky
way home.
Borrowed Veer's GPS and just got fucking all the way lost trying to get back to WWE.
Speaking of Shanky, do you see Mr. Bray Wyatt picks up a W against Jinder Mahal in MSG? Why am I sitting here doing a 3-hour review show and they're putting on a fucking killer show? Can we just turn the cameras on in that building and send it?
Well, you also had the ladder match for the IC title.
Yeah.
But it was also, I like that it was a tribute pretty much to Brody because it was 2 years since his passing. R.I.P. Brody Lee, T's and P's. And even Bray did a little bit of a, tribute, during the match and won it with a Sister Abigail. But I've got Tony D'Angelo backstage right now after Indusher pretty much is laying out the challenge for the Creed brothers.
Interesting. I mean, I think Indusher should be moved up now. Like, what are we waiting for? They don't even they don't really look in place in NXT. They look way older.
They look gigantic.
Right? Like, the Creeds are big guys in NXT, and then you see, Veer come out with Sanga, and you're like, oh, okay, never mind.
That's the thing, though, is Veer looked huge on the main roster, and Sanga makes Veer look small.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Oh, here comes your favorite girl as Tony just cut a promo backstage about the match tonight, which I'm assuming should be the main event. But we've got Cora Jade coming out to the ring right now.
Generation of Jade? Is that what we're running with, folks? Is that what we're going to... I don't like her, dude. I can't get behind her.
I don't get it. I love you. I appreciate it. I agree to disagree. I don't get the issue.
My issue?
Okay, so here's the ultimate KJ match.
I like her.
Then, because we're getting up next, we're getting Cora Jade versus Wendy Choo. Who do you pick, sir?
I'm taking Wendy Choo.
Holy shit. And that's why it's gotten so cold across the U.S. right now, because hell is officially frozen over. You heard it here first. KJ White took Wendy Choo to win a match.
Yeah, fuck it. I don't know. I don't like Cora Jade. I don't care for her. I don't get what people are so hyped about this girl for.
See, I'm not so hyped. I just actually like her. I'm not like, oh, she should win every title. No, I'm not
like about her?
Is
she
different.
Good in the ring?
She has talent, I feel.
At
least when it comes to NXT. She could run NXT. She could take the title and have it for a hot minute, and I'd be fine with that.
I would. Fuck that shit. I don't want to hear her talk. She sounds like a bratty teenager who fucking can't
That's the point.
Yeah, but it's not like it's fucking irritating as shit.
Don't you disrespect Mrs. Breaker like that.
Breaker barely knew her. What's going on, everyone?
Allegedly,
accusations. Welcome to the stream, Justin. Good to see you. Thank you for
Justin,
being here.
What up? Chris, what up? Lauren, what up? Jake, the tribal chief. What up?
I got a nice Hogan versus Warrior Mania 6 shirt for Christmas. That is dope. That's one of my favorites.
I think that's one of, as far as when it comes to, as we're in a commercial break again, by the way, when it comes to wrestling pay-per-views that I remember that kind of got me into wrestling, it's Mania 6. It's Hogan Warrior. It's the immovable object versus, the unstoppable force.
Yeah, I remember my dad and his buddies watching that fucking Mania, and as a kid, all I could think about the whole time was it, and not knowing a whole lot about what was going on, but the atmosphere, like the fucking pandemonium in the building, and like coming through the speakers, and there's all my my dad and his buddies joking around, but it was just that fucking electricity. I'm like, this is something real cool, right? Like, I mean, it was just a draw from that standpoint. But to your point, very much one of my memories as well. Go figure.
Right, Larry, simmer down. Yeah, I did. 2 and 2 together there. Point ahead, look smart. But folks, I will take this time while we're in a commercial break real quick here. Absolutely be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe to the Wrestling for Life Network. Because still just under a year old, still just a baby in this whole thing. And 2023 is going to be nothing but bigger and better things. Like I've said plenty of times, big things popping, little things stopping. Up to something season never sleeps. Already past 1K. Still, I think we might have we're super close to hitting the field goal post I was hoping for Christmas.
We were over it. We've been over it twice.
We've been tiptoeing at that line. We tend to like to do that. So let's make sure we don't tiptoe that line here and just kick it right through the uprights.
But also to play with the emotions, right?
Right.
We did it. No, we didn't. We did it.
Worm, you play with my emotions.
Back to you.
But absolutely. If we did miss any of your comments or anything like that, if there's any comments that you want to, make sure we specifically get to, or just even support the channel, we do have the super chat option as well.
Absolutely, folks, and we appreciate everyone being here. I mean, last night was a fun show. We didn't have not one live wrestling match the entire night, and the amount of people that tuned in just to join us and chit chat was a fun time. Don't forget, check out our annual awards. They're up live now. That was a lot of fun to pull together. The golden KJs, if you will. The broken microphones, if you want. But yes, we are rolling through NXT tonight. And I'm getting a little preview for Friday because, listen, I'm looking forward to Friday. Let's get back to some live action. Let's get back. I want to see how it plays out. Of course, the highlight for me last night was we did get, some Sammy. He told us some stories and, did some chit chat, and he wasn't very happy about the replay of the WrestleMania Jackass match. But we got Schism.
Yeah, I got Schism all over my screen. Pause.
Pause. I like this comment. Veer is coming to Raw soon. Shit.
Can he get back there? Does someone have a map?
New Year's Evil. Dun, dun, dun.
Used to do it. Don't do it anymore.
Right. Now we're not going again until St. Valentine's.
Schism very much just gives me new, Judgment Day vibes, 100%. They've even got the whole black and purple gimmick color scheme. The only thing does WWE only know that black and purple go together? Like, is that just their go-to spooky,
Need some dark color. Go black.
Right.
Purple.
Well, it worked for The Undertaker, so it should work for the 1,000th time already.
But I do like where they're heading. Where they were was very fucking, door-to-door Bible salesman.
I'm going to make this comparison, and I'm waiting for somebody to shoot it down. Them bringing Ava Raine into Schism was the same and has had the same effect of them bringing Rhea into Judgment Day.
I don't think so.
You don't think that right now? Where would Schism be if they hadn't brought in
She
Pebble
hasn't
there?
had any impact at all. Like, I mean, there's been no change.
Name alone.
No, it's not like they've been pushed up to the top of the billing. They haven't done shit since they
We
announced her.
just got a whole promo video for them.
But they've been building, but it hasn't changed their. She's had no impact. There's Schism with or without Ava Rain. Like, I still think we're trying to get used
They
to.
were miss them without her.
Oh yeah, I don't think there's been enough impact at all. I don't think there's been any sample size. Choo choo choo, running.
I choo choose Wendy Choo. Apparently,
I'm choo choosing Wendy. Look,
I'll take Cora then, just to spite you.
right.
But so
If you
Wendy
guys are just tuning in,
running out.
Absolutely. If you guys are just tuning in, we got Wendy Choo against Skater Girl. Make your predictions. Let us know who you think is going to win. And why am I the only person picking Wendy Choo? Ah, look, that's my boy.
Vic, cut the shit.
On, man,
know
give me it.
what is about to happen. Oh, now. Now Ronnie's joining us.
There's something afoot here. If the people are agreeing,
Ding dong, Avon Goings. It's just I like it. It's a Wendy Choo. Wendy Hatu. Hatui.
Wait, this is a no DQ match?
Well, I thought I saw somebody mention in the comments that I think this might be a trilogy of their, best of 3 series.
Oh my god, what a thrilling fucking series we've had.
Oh, it's just as thrilling as Death Triangle versus the Elite, I feel.
Fuck am I supposed to stay awake when you got one of the competitors taking a nap during the fucking thing?
It's the Wendy Choo nap time match.
Yo, is it hard to wrestle in those boots?
In what? Slippers?
Like, yeah, the boot slipper things that they got, like the fucking. Yeah,
I don't know. No, she's just got leg warmers over.
What is it about Jade? I'm supposed to like. Oh yeah, I see something in this girl.
Do you like AJ Lee?
No.
Do you want her taller? We got her taller.
You were gonna go that route with it.
That's really what it is.
I kind of compare Roxy to AJ.
Oh, you really? Okay. I see where you went there. I respect it. Of, the young up and coming rising star of, gotcha.
And I think Wendy Choo's talented. I just think take her out of the pajamas, pause, but give her a legit, make her not a child.
Fair enough. Still take her. Free my homie little mousy, aka Tom.
We established last night little mousy is going to be his his joint name. We're good.
Little Eddie.
The
Elite versus Death Triangle match 6 is Falls Count Anywhere match tomorrow night. Good. Go have it in the nether region. Go fuck off into Infinity Land, wherever the fuck you need to go. I'm tired of seeing it.
The best news about this is it's 6. It can only go for one more. These assholes are.
It's got to end some point.
Yeah, you know what? Match 7 ends in a draw, so they got to have another fucking steel cage match at fuck. End it. Put it out of its misery.
Speaking of getting put out of their misery, big ass knee from Cora to Wendy Choo for 2 count.
Or a 2 count.
Steven, Choo is talented. Yes, she is. We just wish they would use it.
The fuck?
Dom the Latino rat. That's the real Latino heat.
Yeah. It's like Latino warmth.
Latino icy hot.
Tiffany Stratton is injured and going to be out for a while. I thought they were doing vignettes for the girl who
comes back first. Tiffany Stratton or Lacey Evans?
What do I care least about is a better question.
Same question, I feel. Same question.
You know what? I'm actually okay with Lacey Evans coming back. I think she's supposed to be here on Friday. Friday she makes her return. Or Monday.
She's also said some stupid things outside of WWE.
I mean, again, some people just can't help but fuck up their own shit, right? Like, you've gone through this whole bad gimmick, off the program, on the program, bad gimmick, off the program, on the program. They're finally like, listen, we're going to make you serious. We're going to do this. We're going to give you a push. We're going to treat you like the athlete we believe you are. And she's like, Wait a minute. I'll be right back.
Right.
Hold
on. Let me fuck this up.
Some people just can't help themselves.
Somersault elbow
Velveteen
into
Dream.
the corner from Wendy.
Perfect example. Right? Hey, I think I'm heading back to WWE. Let me go bite a human being. Allegedly.
Oh, yeah. Allegedly. Accusations. 2 count for Wendy Choo off a diving crossbody off the top rope. Did you know that Cora Jade's inspiration to be a wrestler was CM Punk? There's a picture of her when she was younger with him getting an autograph. Fair enough. So was she waiting in line before Maxwell Jacob Friedman? Were they both there at the same time?
Oh, nice move.
Oh, Wendy's little busted open in the mouth there.
That was a nice move. I think she just, I think she, might have caught her lips on the way down.
Pause.
Right. Why do you think Karrion Kross is not over with the crowd, KJ and Nick? Booking. It's all about booking. It's all about booking.
Word out of my mouth with a roll up.
You got to be more than the entrance. The entrance is cool, but we've seen the entrance. Now you got to go back.
Need a compelling story. He was good at when he was facing Drew, and then it fell right the hell off a cliff.
Yeah, and I do think that's part of the problem. Now, when you book him in MSG against Drew fucking Gulak and it goes more than 6 minutes, people are going to start booing. And if you guys haven't heard that story yet, that was very much the case last night, apparently, was, Drew Gulak, Karrion Kross, and they started, this is boring. Ouch.
I have the double wide eyes now, I guess, because I didn't hear that story until just now. And Wendy Choo picks up the 1, 2, 3 with a split-legged moonsault.
That's amazing.
You did a thing. Congratulations.
My spite for Cora Jade gains me a point. Who saw that coming? How do you lose to a girl who's still in her PJs?
Right. Oh, no, it was a splash. I thought it was a moonsault. My bad.
Ooh.
That's even worse. I would have given her more credit if she lost to a moonsault instead of just a regular basic bitch-ass splash.
Technically, it's a super Vader bomb.
That's the first and only time Wendy Choo and Vader will be spoken in the same sentence.
There you go. Oh, Jackets is back without a jacket.
And with...
Here's another guy.
Without the time, too.
Jacket is what makes me number one. Dude, you sound like a loser. Shut up. Without the jacket, I am just Jiro. Well, be just Jiro and kick some ass.
Right. Why do you need a jacket to get you over? We had the sweater like a week or so ago. Now we've got a jacket that's more relevant than anything going on. Like,
we got to get him a pair of glasses, right?
Yes, I see everybody now saying, "Oh, Wendy Choo won 2-0. Yes, Choo choose you 2-0." Curtis, what up? It's what I heard, y'all. What did you hear? What's the good word?
What did you hear? What's the word on the streets?
Jacob, what up? Where are they going with this Rey Mysterio and Judgment Day stuff?
Now, you and I haven't talked about this yet, Nick.
Oh, about getting arrested at Christmas. Ray learning. I'm going to have 9-1 already dialed in my phone.
Show
up and bang. Sit your asshole.
And I mean, at least this time, Mama Mysterio got involved and gave a little clap to Rhea Ripley.
Probably because she heard everybody saying, "Can you at least act like you love this man? Can you at least act like you care?"
Yeah, we were a little critical of letting her husband take an ass whooping in the foyer with nobody really doing much to help out.
Right. But yeah, Rhea to me was the best acting out of all of that. Even sitting there, right in the street and everything. But yeah, it's gonna be. I still think they're setting up for Ray versus Dom at WrestleMania. I think that's been the longest thing that we've heard about. This match, I feel, should have happened about a year and a half ago, almost at this point. But
there'll probably be some like New Year's Eve brawl video that comes out where Ray has enough, and they're they both end up in jail this time, and then
I was going to say Dom's going to get the upper hand at some point here.
Well, Ray needs some type of like comeback outside of I called the cops.
You're a 50 some odd year old man, I think, at this point. You can call the cops.
He's got to put his kid in his place at some point leading into this.
Right. He put him in a fucking jail cell.
Whatever. What did you think? You got Dom sitting in the back there looking at Rhea, and then all of a sudden he kind of breaks down. He's like, "I'm not going to make it.
I'm not going to make it.
Call me.
Oh God."
It was funny.
I like what they're doing. Like Dom's character work, honestly, is great. Even just this whole thing of minus what they do in the ring, but their character work in this whole thing, like even with Damian Priest of relax, it could always be worse. Something else could be burning. Like just little stuff like that has helped get this over tenfold.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. And I think even with the in-ring stuff, I think you put them in a group where where you're not specifically highlighting Dominic himself alone a lot. You can kind of put him in spots where he comes in with an advantage and he's over top already. And it's been good. I mean, it's one of the kind of uptick stories of 2022 where a lot of times people wouldn't have been very happy with this at all. And now we see where they've taken it and we're like, okay, it's working. It's interesting. It's compelling. I like the little videos. Some people shat on them, but I think they're cool.
I dig it. 100%, and that it comes out only as like a social media thing. It's not like, oh, and let's cut to what happened at the Mysterio household earlier this evening. Like it seems more authentic that way, honestly.
Yeah, and I mean, keep in mind, like part of what made our generation so fun is you never knew when you were going to get a good old house invasion or a gun angle.
Go ask Brian Pillman. Well, Brian Pillman Jr. at this point.
Wendy should use the GTS 100%, Chris. That would make sense, or a sleeper. But
a sleeper hold. I'll give you that. Versus using the GTS. No. You're not using Kentas. You're not using CM Punk's move.
Well, I mean,
I get the pun.
There we go. Chambers.
But so I'm getting Fallon Henley right now backstage, prepping for her match to save her bar.
Interesting. So I had not seen this. Yeah, I mean,
Jiro.
An interesting angle tonight is another lady that I'm really struggling to kind of pay attention to is Kiana James. Is that?
Yes, there you go. You good job.
So
good job.
They are fighting over the bar tonight. So the bar that we didn't know they had until a couple weeks ago is now up for grabs. Did you see that shit? Sorry, completely side note. Scrypts just wiping Jiro out of the air.
That's what I was looking at right now, and that's what I was hoping you were talking about. And it's just, whoa! When you thought it couldn't get worse, we have Ikemen Jiro versus Scrypts, aka I'm not Reggie. Stop asking.
It's the kid from Fat Albert, man. I can't help it.
Mushmouth?
It's Mushmouth. That mask, he just looks like he just needs like a oversized fucking tube.
It looks like a fucking propeller that he's just going to start spinning and take off into God knows where.
Dude.
Oh, and he flips into the ring behind him with the jacket on, like some fucking supervillain.
Look at this entrance, though.
What's with like the elephant tusks on the side of the mask? We could ask that for both of these. What's with the whole gimmick? We've got Jiro with his own face on his bright ass yellow pants, looking like Ronald McDonald here, and then we got the Scrypts looking like Cyrax out of fucking Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, we got fucking McDonald. You instantly made me think of the Hamburglar. Oh!
But so, who do you have for this match? Let us know if you really want to talk about this match of Ikemen Jiro versus Scrypts.
Boom, 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 boom. Choo won. Yes, she did. Lauren's 2-0. What?
Nothing.
I don't know what I meant. Chris, LOL. What's up, King Jordan?
Oh, big drop kick from Scrypts. Now, is he supposed to be a heel?
I don't know what the fuck he is. This is insane.
Mortal Kombat.
Scrypts. I got Scrypts. They're booing.
Lauren, I think, is the only one that took Ikemen Jiro.
The Hamburglar in control. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, well, just when you weren't a fan of Cora Jade versus Wendy Choo. I'll take 10 of those matches than one of this match.
It just it's very slow and very like, okay, now do this. Okay, now do that. You know, it's very stagey, very all right, step one, step two.
It's just so weird because we've seen these guys actually have halfway decent matches. When Scrypts was Reggie, he got the 24/7 title over. Christ, he got Dana Brooke over, and she failed with that, but that's neither here nor there. Ikemen Jiro was coming off of being in Jacket Time and everything like that. I
That was
understand he's
terrible
still
unto
a
itself.
young, green talent, I guess, when it comes to WWE,
Any
but
tag team that's formed at a urinal is going to be fucking the pissers to begin with.
fair enough.
Which was unfortunate, but nonetheless, Euros never worked for me. The whole jacket time doesn't work for me. A guy that has a fucking collection of jackets that are cool and pretty does not do anything for me.
You don't want some pants with your own face on it?
Yeah, right. Like fucking killing me. Would they have been better off? Reggie comes out one day randomly as a surprise, no flips, and just says, "Listen, man, this is what I was doing, and I was a bit of a joke. And listen, I want to fucking do this properly and just be fucking Reggie. I want to be a wrestler that can do some real cool shit.
Anything would be better than Scrypts.
Anything.
Anything. And I do mean anything.
King wants to know.
He's one of the like I said, he's like Cyrax or one of them from Mortal Kombat is what I keep seeing every time I look at him. Getting Power Ranger villain.
Yeah, it's when mom says she has the stuff for the costume at
right. Mom, I want to be a ninja. Well, I have that at home.
Right, we can make that at home.
Mom at home, Scrypts.
I don't get it. I really don't. But yeah, I think they would have been much better off just presenting Reggie as this guy who took a job and he just wanted an opportunity in wrestling, so he became a fake, wine connoisseur, whatever the fuck you want to call him. And
I believed that more than I do Scrypts in a heartbeat.
Exactly.
Be the sommelier.
The sommelier.
Badass sommelier. You whoop somebody with a bottle of wine. Shove a corkscrew up their ass. Pause. Whatever you gotta fucking do. Pause. Right. And Scrypts pause. Scrypts gets the 1, 2, 3.
As he should. Jacket Time's a jobber.
Well, then Canadian Spaceman's got something to say to you. How dare you insulting jackets? Chris Judas will hear of this.
Oh no. Whatever.
Oh, so I'll be booked in a 3-month-long fucking feud with him to where I'll go over 95% of the time and he'll win the last match?
Right.
Fair enough.
So his finisher is that like front somersault junk to the face. That's his finisher.
Yeah, and he just drapes the jacket over him like this is it's so bad on so many levels. Like, make it make sense. Yeah, as I get Oro Mensah. Oro Mensah looks like a goddamn star compared to both of these guys right now.
Yeah, true.
Somebody find me who's writing
Jose's gimmick?
No way. It does sound like that. No way. Oh, there. No way. Oro, no way. Mensah, no way.
I heard that gentleman's had some interesting times as of late as well.
Fair enough.
This is much better. This is strong.
It's way stronger than anything we saw in the ring, as we're getting now for Leah Valkyria.
Valkyria. You can't say Valkyrie because that was.
Well, remember we thought that was all Ty Valkyrie.
Yes.
I don't know why we thought that they wouldn't just use Ty Valkyrie, but we all thought this was her coming back to WWE.
I felt like a putz because I just felt like they were like, listen, come back. And she was like, okay, I don't want to be Frankie Monet, though. And they're like,
yeah,
here's the compromise. Apparently, if you paid attention to the spelling and such, we would have caught that. But I was just excited at the idea that Taya was coming back.
Oh, absolutely. I think everybody was.
one of our top picks for females of the year this year. So she's outstanding. Her returning to WWE would be good for business.
Right.
And I'm actually surprised they haven't found a way to work her in AEW unless she just doesn't want to commit to AEW. But you think they could
I think
use
it's
a
number
Valkyrie?
2.
Mm-hmm. Johnny's not
What?
committed there either. So
Who's what?
Johnny is not committed anywhere either.
Oh yeah, no. I think he's popping up in like MLW or something like that.
Right? Yeah.
Gobbledygooker would have been better than Scrypts. They're comparable.
It's interesting. And the thing is, like that intro with like the mirrors and shit. I mean, if you gave that kind of opening visual to like Elsa Dawn, that would be outstanding. Like
Right.
it fits so well, but it's this fucking lame gimmick of Reggie in a leather mask.
He's copying my shit of me doing the WCW,
right?
Stealing it from Bret Hart. He's just doing this.
I don't
so
get
if I just do WCW, am I just now in NXT?
I'd rather see the Super Diva over Scrypts.
Oh,
tight race.
Oh, neck and neck. I want CJ to decide that one. I want CJ to decide.
I will say at least the Super Diva brings up genuine. They got to tone it back a little. Stop kissing the air, licking nothing for no reason. It's really awkward and off-putting, regardless of the gimmick. But regardless, it's neck and neck. And Edge might go to Super Diva.
Is that bad that we're naming off so many terrible NXT gimmicks?
That's not good.
No.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, Reggie too talented if WWE drops the silly garbage. Yeah, he could be a good if they still had a cruiserweight division.
I think
and you even just had him as, like I said, the sommelier that just whoops ass. Cruiserweight title, fine. You can have that.
And
absolutely.
Quick side note. We are on commercial break, folks. We are rolling through. We're just coming up to about the 40-minute mark here. The show's been off to, a typical NXT start. Nothing groundbreaking, nothing exciting.
Right.
But not bad. I'm not, falling asleep yet. So that's wonderful news. But we are rolling along. And I think with you just touched on it about like cruiserweights and such. I much would have rather AEW have a cruiserweight division than a trios division. Because I think you could have fucking had a really, really crazy.
That would have separated you. I'll agree with that. Yeah. And I guess fitting with my comparison to them to WCW, even if you want to go with how like comparisons to ECW would have you of being the alternative to WWE, you guys took a cruiserweight division and messed it up. We'll take that and do it better because half of our roster's cruiserweights, technically. So we could do that way better. Jungle Boy as a cruiserweight champion in AEW right now, better than seeing
you have like
Hot Potato with the trios belts.
Oh, and you got a long list. I mean, and maybe you get somebody like Serpentico, a match or two, or Del Sol, who's been in Dark forever.
Dante Martin.
There's a long list. Hook could be a cruiserweight champion. Technically, he'd be like you'd have to be, I think, a heel champion if he was a cruiserweight champion. But
no, he'd just do the Gulak gimmick of no flying.
Yeah,
no fly zone.
Good shit. Come get me.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot of opportunity there, and the problem with WWE, and we'll see if it ever changes, they never knew how to book cruiserweights. They booked small heavyweight wrestling, and that was
Vince McMahon likes big beefy boys. Pause. Yeah. But I've got Alba Fire right now talking about Isla Dawn.
Isla.
I guess is it Isla Dawn? I feel like every time I say Isla, I feel like I'm talking about the island from Jurassic Park.
Nick, are you saying you'd rather see Super Diva than Scrypts?
I'd rather see CJ than Scrypts. Love it. But no, I'd honestly rather see the Super Diva than Scrypts.
I like the first Scrypts NXT match, but not this. I just think I think the mask and the gimmick is distracting because we all fucking know it's Reggie.
Right.
It's a very Vince move for me.
Oh, Lash Legend, my girl in the ring right now.
Really?
I like her. I don't get why there's been so much hate on her.
Because they introduced her with that stupid fucking talk show, and she didn't really wrestle, and it didn't go so well. It was real rough watching that. Like, what was it called? The fucking
Goddamn.
Now she took a loss last week. I have a feeling she's about.
No, don't worry. She's taking a loss now. Lira Valkyria. Goddamn, that intro, that entrance, 10 on 10. Coming out here just looking like winter is coming, like fucking straight out of Game of Thrones meets Roman Reigns. Goddamn. Now, sign Lady Frost and do that. Shit.
NXT's not going to, no offense. I mean, we talked about why they didn't. I think she could be a great main roster piece. I really do.
Right.
But I think Lady Frost is underrated. But I think their direction right now, look, they got Rain in the building. It's trippy on the eyes, folks.
Right. But like I said, so we've got Lira Valkyria versus Last Legend right now. So give us your predictions. I'm even taking Lira on this.
Yeah, I think we're going to agree on this one. Sorry, I choose Lira.
Debut, gotta win. You look like a jobber if you debut and then lose.
Yeah, what is this? Karrion Kross? Von Wagner better than Scrypts. Von Wagner much better than Scrypts. Von Wagner
not even comparable with that.
Yeah, it's not fair. KJ Nick, you should do a year-end show where the chat votes on the winners. The winners of like categories. Yeah, we could.
I was gonna say, I feel like we kind of just did that a little bit with the award show. Kind of
without the chat. The problem is sometimes the chat only offers like 3 or 4 votes, so it makes it really tricky.
Right? Yeah. At times, if the chat's gonna be like 10, 12 deep on votes and everything, we could do that. But if it's like 2 votes and then just all right, so who's gonna be the tiebreaker? That's difficult.
Zero, welcome back. After this weekend on Twitter, I'd be surprised if Quincy still has a job.
Ooh.
What happened this weekend with Quincy?
I was going to say, I don't know. I don't follow that man. I choose not.
I want the tea. Come on, Daryl.
Oh.
I want to see A-Kid versus Scrypts. I have a feeling, Scrypts is like the villain, right?
I was going to say, so what you want to see is Axiom versus Scrypts.
Yeah.
In what, a superhero showdown?
Yeah. That's how
brought to you by Marvel.
Dude, we're gonna get like fucking Lucha Underground segments where they're fucking chasing each other around the city.
Would not be surprised with that, honestly. Now that you said
that, goes up in the sky, and he's got
he's got the bat signal. I mean, the man's already got a backstage mask and an in-ring mask.
Right.
Man's a big fan of turtlenecs, by the way.
I'm still waiting for Razor Wing to show up and be pissed right off, fuck his shit up.
and Razor Wing and Max the Impaler are gonna challenge Axiom and Valhalla for in a gimmick ladder match.
Right.
Whoever wins gets to keep the gimmick.
I almost include the fucking SAP, which we kind of learn about as of the last few days here. Their issue with the SAT. One of my favorite grudges I've ever had in wrestling is the SAP versus SAT.
Fair enough.
Fire should have been NXT champion instead of Perez. I agree.
Should have won it at Halloween Havoc.
Mundo P. Let's go.
Right.
I don't know how I feel about this little Irish girl.
Well,
is it me or are the ladies getting smaller as we go here?
Little bit, but I think that just shows you the size of certain females. Like that's not a common thing. You don't walk around looking like Rhea Ripley all the time with a fucking hell of a spinning back kick.
You got to be pretty, She botched in my debut. How dare you? Wow.
Oh.
She's got this weird like goblin-y demeanor.
Bro.
No, but seriously, I'm not.
We've just lost all of our Irish friends and all of our Irish fans and everything.
No. I just mean I didn't mean it like she looks like a goblin. I mean the way she.
You said goblinish demeanor.
She did though.
Bonnie Cochran can't defend you on that shit, my God.
Listen, she gets the win.
I disagree, but sure.
Just. What is this?
She gets the 3 with a splash, by the way, and I guess shout out to the Fight Factory, which we've had many great guys on from and everything, because I know she's from there.
I thought that's what she was trying to convey. Like, I got her. Yes, 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 I got her.
Bro, she came out with like wings and everything. Where did you get Smeagol and all of that?
Well, it was what she was smeagling in the ring. Don't ask. I didn't do it. Uh-oh. We got toxic without the attraction. Oh, we're getting a hard promo from Gigi saying how great they are.
Gigi's
all
great.
the videos, no Mandy in them. We've edited out Mandy Rhodes. Rose.
That's so weird, though, to do that. Like, why?
Now they're talking about how amazing they are. They had the best faction in the last year. No mention of the fact
they were in contention for our best faction award.
They will say that. They were dominant, multiple belts.
Yeah, and then they fired their leader.
And listen, as much as Jane might get a little outshadowed by Mandy and Gigi, we've never had a moment where we're watching a match going, wow, Jane sucks. No, she's good.
Yeah, no.
She just happens to be hanging around with,
right.
She's a little outgunned a little bit. It's not her fault.
Right. I've got Schism coming out to the ring right now.
Every day, all day. That's where.
What the fuck? I have Schism coming to the ring every day, all day. What?
Another wrestler not digging Lash legend, Wendy Williams. Yeah, there you go. That's what that was the vibe. That whole fucking talk show she did turned us on her before she even did anything.
I liked it. Apparently, I'm just picking everybody that you don't like. But so coming up next, we're getting Schism in a 6-man tag match versus Idris Enofe, Malik Blade, and Odyssey Jones.
You definitely read that because there's no way we're getting those names all right without some type
no, there's no way you're getting those names all right.
There's no fucking way. You just said them to me and I still want to fuck them up on the way back.
Do you want me to read it back one more time here?
No, it's like Idris and, Malik.
Idris Enofe. So I guess we're going to have to go through name class here.
I'm going to go for Schism on the win because, according, they're on the uprise because it got Ava Rain. But we are in another commercial. We're just heading into about the hour mark here, folks. If you were just tuning in, thank you for being here during your holidays. We greatly appreciate you tuning in. We are back tomorrow for the holiday smash.
We did the holiday smash.
We just had
it was a graveyard bash,
right? We got the New Year's bash, the holiday smash, whatever. It's fucking demolition to me. I will remind everybody we are here all week long. We will be back tomorrow for Dynamite, Thursday for our podcast, Friday doubleheader where we go into SmackDown. Don't forget, John Cena will be here on Friday, and then we roll through Rampage as well, and then we head into the weekend. I know me and Nick got to have some convos about if there's any weekend, but folks, we are turning the calendar into 2023. Tell all your friends we are the alternative commentary to all the wrestling. We do not stop. We cover it more than anyone else. We cover more brands, more fucking promotions. We do our interviews, our podcasts. We do not stop. It's been nothing but a pleasure. On January 2nd, this channel will be 10 months old. So we are enjoying getting this off the ground. But Nick, it's been a good night so far. Happy Tuesday.
Absolutely. No, it's been a fantastic night and everything. 100% of nobody does it like we do at the end of the day. We cover WWE, what? AEW, what? NWA, what? GCW, what? XPW, what? Sometimes even UFC, what? Wrestling Revolver, what? We just cover anything and everything. What?
I did a review show. Like, we don't even need wrestling. We'll just show up.
All right, Christ. I sat there and at one point we were watching the Buffalo Bills game because the two wrestling shows we were watching was having time out and everything. Right. So literally, we are the wrestling buddies you can't get in real life. The alternative commentary when you're sick of listening to Kevin Patrick, when you're trying to figure out, make your own little commentary shuffle team and everything, just come out, I guess, and hang out with the beardos, as Canadian Spaceman calls
right? The beardos are here. And I will say this, we might not always know what the fuck we're talking about, but most of the time we do. But even in the moments we don't.
More than Skip Bayless.
Yeah, right. I guarantee you we're gonna have a little more energy talking about it than the likes of Kevin Patrick. So if you guys want to stay up to date, you guys want to have live chat, never have to watch wrestling alone. You have the wrestling fans you can't get in your real life. We are here non-stop. We're always taking feedback. We got more coming your way, including a merch store, websites, a whole bunch planned for
We're still
2023.
expanding to the team. Trust me, this is just getting us off the ground and everything. We're still growing, like I've been saying. Big things popping, little things stopping. Up to something season never sleeps. Why?
NXT New Year's Evil Tuesday, January 10th.
God damn you, Vic. You're going to make me check this out now.
Yeah, but okay, so yes. They're
doing Wait, are they actually doing it? I haven't seen
doing it on January 10th. I think that's when I thought Tiffany Stratton was going to be teased to come back. But, I mean, it's a Tuesday show. We will be here, but are bad for overlooking it and only looking forward to the pay-per-view.
Well, even then, it's... I've been thinking that Tiffany Stratton's been supposed to be advertised for a couple weeks now and everything, but at the same time, they're not even really promoting it. Of example, I literally am just double checking on it right now, and then we cover, like I said, anything and everything. They're very much promoting just specifically Vengeance Day because that's when they're going back to. They're traveling outside of just Full Sail and all of that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, and I think we'll see some really good things.
Right.
Do you think Triple H? No,
not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
Did you notice the teasers for the new look? AEW is very blue and red.
Little bit. Very
curious.
NWA-ish kind of vibe, I feel a little bit, as we're getting Bron Breakker interview backstage. But even right there, of just when we cut back from commercial, they were advertising Vengeance Day. They're not advertising New Year's Evil.
It's true. And New Year's Evil is just one of those Tuesday specials, right?
Right.
So the Rock's little girl is walking. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The Pebble. Now, who's more the Pebble? Ricky Starks or Ava Raine?
Ava Raine is 100% the Pebble. Like, I mean, a chip off the old Rock, if you would.
I see what you did there.
Oh, Waller.
Yeah, Grayson Waller right now talking smack to Bron Breakker. And I still like that they did the Bret Hart spot with Goldberg of he had the plate under his jacket and everything. Granted,
I like it.
It's a little awkward when you're walking around with a flak jacket and you've already got the Victor Sweet fucking jacket from Four Brothers and everything. But
I will say they might have pulled it off a little smoother than Goldberg and Bret did. The Goldberg Bret moment was really confusing. It was in a time where
that's because those two actually hate each other.
Yeah, man. I mean, he's got grounds. I mean,
100%.
A lot of people have been like, "Let it go, Bret." He's like,
"Right, just no." I say, have at it.
Bret has run through the list.
Ric Flair's last match: Goldberg versus Bret Hart, shoot fight, fucking Lions Den match, whatever you want.
I laugh because Bret's like, "I forgive Vince, I forgive Michaels, Triple H, I forgive this one. Get Bill Goldberg." Fuck you.
Yeah, but it took like 10 years for Bret to forgive anybody. So,
oh, yeah, I know. I mean,
seriously. We need to wait till like 2030 and then he'll maybe forgive Goldberg at that point.
He's like, you might. Listen, it wasn't just Goldberg's fault. Like, I mean, he was green as fuck, and they just
it was just a lot of Goldberg's fault. It wasn't all, just a lot, like a lot.
30 years and the man never got better, never learned anything. 30 years.
If there's a definition of 5 moves to doom or encapsulated in a human form, it's Bill Goldberg. Absolutely. As KJ's taking a nice little sponsored pause for the cause here and everything. As I've got Grayson Waller very much doing an advertisement for Australia right now. So I know we've had talks about WWE doing the international shows, like I guess the one in India is on a temporary delay, what have you. But I'm waiting for them to do another like super showdown over there. So maybe this is just their, hey, come to Australia, while also cheering for Grayson Waller. And you imagine that's where they end up having Grayson Waller beat Bron Breakker for the NXT title. And Bron Breakker moves up to the main roster. As Breakker's just smashing the TV. And so I've got Schism in the ring right now. I'm still pissed that this is what they did to the Grizzly Young Vets, but I still stand by my statement. And now that KJ's gone, y'all in the comments and everything, y'all in the chat can disagree with me or agree with me. I feel like just on the attentions and the headlines and everything that they got with adding Ava Rain, it made it seem halfway more serious, or at least halfway more credible than what it was before. Very much like now that we're getting the Rhea and Dom stuff in Judgment Day. Now you could say Rhea's the leader of Judgment Day, to be honest. Versus Finn, versus Damian, versus anybody. She's the top thing coming out of that. And I feel like that's, if not already, that's where it's going to ultimately, I feel, end up being of what comes out of Schism is Ava Rain. This is her catapult up. As I've got Idris Enofe, Malik Blade, and Odyssey Jones coming out right now. So give me your predictions for this match, whether you've got Social Gathering in the house. Yes, I forgot about that name. So we've got Odyssey Jones and Social Gathering. The NXT Private Party versus the Grizzled Young Veterans and Joe Gacy. So give me your predictions for this match. 6-man tag action. What you feeling, folks? And Avengers Day, Braun Breaker will break Waller. Oh, so fair enough. I'm really interested. Well, I figure that's probably what they'll end up doing. But I feel like that they could have more than just this one match, honestly. Looking forward to Too Cold Scorpio versus Speedball Mike Bailey this weekend at GCW's final pay-per-view of 2022. Damien, we got to talk and see if we might be. I feel like we might be live here. Just, we'll see what happens. We still got to, it's the holiday season. It's our first holiday season, mind you, even. So we still got to, work out the whole schedule and everything like that. And especially with, like we've talked about, of even the wrestling at times needs to figure out what they're doing with their holiday shows. Like we had, I guess, what turned into a Q&A with KJ last night for the best of 22 or 2022 on Monday Night Raw. And Nick Gage will be, Chris, what up? Damien, what channel would that be? Larry, I don't know what you're asking for. Steven Chambers, Fight TV, GCW pay-per-view. Absolutely. Jacob's taking Schism. Jonathan says, who missed blue SmackDown referee shirts? Oh, you're going old school with that. Then we're going back to like the SmackDown fist and everything. Pause. It is interesting of how much they really want to focus on them being different brands or different shows and different brands and all of that versus just different shows under the same umbrella. 2 count. But I see where you're going, and I don't mind. I actually do remember that and everything. It wasn't a bad show, and it did make them kind of stand out. It's very much how I believe the original black and gold NXT referees wore the black shirts versus just the white stripes. Helped them kind of blend in, I guess, with the aesthetic. Odyssey for my vote, says Hassan. Dale says Schism. Gary says Rhea Ripley is the HBIC of Judgment Day. And then we also do have the HBIC and the OC. Odd Jones for the I like that. Just Odd Jones. Gracie's Colt wins dirty. Accusations. I did enjoy AW Dark today. It was awesome. Hassan, I know I still always try and Odyssey just stops everybody in their tracks. But I do always try and at least stay up to date with what's going on in Dark and everything. Obviously we don't get the chance to cover it live or anything like that. But I'm bothered by how much guys like Eddie Kingston and Daniel Bryan and Claudio, and I even know KJ's probably going to disagree with me on this, but the fact that Kenny went down there, and I get it on one hand of it's still halfway there developmental and everything. But so then leave it to the guys that need developmental instead of having stars come down and just waste their goddamn time. But I am now in commercial break. as we have both teams squaring up in the Schism corner there. Damon says Schism. Bray Wyatt had a match live at the house show last night. Yes, he did. And again, I think it was KJ who said that. I'm surprised that wasn't aired as, I guess, Raw versus, or at least aired at all versus doing a highlight reel video. But yes, Bray Wyatt did go over Jinder Mahal last night at MSG. Wow, you look like the younger guy of who did this yesterday. Okay, fair enough. Thank you for that, I guess, compliment. It's funny, I guess, we're the Beardos, even though we're not related or anything like that, but fair enough. Shout out Sophie, I guess. But the WWE should do the MSG event for the network. Again, that's a bit what I was just talking about of if you had that and you had Bray Wyatt out there and he's doing the tribute 2 years to the day when we lost Brody Lee and everything, and he's doing the tribute to him, and he wins with his sister Abigail, and it's the first time that WWE or that Bray Wyatt's wrestled in WWE since he's been back. Absolutely, more people I feel are tuning in to watch that or more excited or would have wanted to see that more than we get a replay or we get a video package of matches that have happened in 2022 and we get Cody talking about, basically kind of giving spoiler alert, he's coming back to the Royal Rumble and talking about his goals in 2023, which I still think he could be very much. And I'm not even sure if it needs to be for a title, but I think he will main event night 1 of WrestleMania. Sylvie says, I heard the MSG house show was lit. Fair enough. Sylvie, I agree, especially since, yes, again, like we were talking about, Bray Wyatt had the referee has the beard, he will win. So I guess Canadian Spaceman's just now we're going off of people who have beards. I still, I guess, contest that I probably have the 3rd best beard, maybe 4th best beard on the channel. Out of, I think, 4 people, maybe 5 people now at this point. But so, yeah. I like that we're going now with the ref has a beard, so he has to go over. So the ref's just going to go into business for himself and got the 1, 2, 3. The guys with Odyssey Jones, didn't one of them get a WWE tattoo? Chris, I am not sure. If you want to look that up for me, 100%. But I am still in commercial break, folks, so I will remind everybody real quick. We are the Wrasslin for Life Network. We are here covering anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling. We're the wrestling buddies you can't get in real life, the wrestling friends you need in your life, the alternative commentary you want to hear in your life. So if you haven't done so already, hit that like button, ring that bell notification, hit that subscribe button, be a friend, tell everybody you know, because we don't stop. We just started in 2022 and about to take over 2023. As we come back to right now, got a headlock from Schism right now. So we're getting a replay of stuff we didn't get to see. Awesome. Why not just do picture-in-picture? You've done it before. Why go straight to the hard commercial? As Ava Rain is just like, this is very awkward with Ava Rain right now. She halfway looked like she was trying to come on to Booker T right there. She's just doing a poor woman's impression of Rhea Ripley, I guess, of showing off the shirt real close to Booker, said, the definition of living your best life. 4 roots, 1 tree. Like, so are we just hinting at 5-time WCW champion? I think the last time that WWE did a best show before last night was like a few years ago. Fair enough. Do you like my Schism, Booker? I pause. Accusations, all of the nope, what's, and all of that on that whole comment there. I'm surprised that, fair enough. Well, they have done that before. We've also had, I guess, as Odyssey Jones gets the tag and just laying through the Grizzled Young Veterans right now. And even Joe Gacy eats a punch for a good measure. But we've even seen Kevin Nash, also a member of the Clique, who surprisingly, I guess, is the one who doesn't have a WWE job right now, saying that WWE needs to move away from live events and move away from the house shows. I guess he said that 2020 proved that those don't really affect the bottom line, so we don't need to do those, which I think is a harebrained idea, and you should never trust a man that helped kill WCW. And Novi with an elbow off the top rope as Gacy breaks it up for a 2 count. That's the Cult Talk by Ava, 100%. Who do you think should be the number 1 contender for Roxanne Perez's title for NXT? Zoe Stark. She just beat Nikita Lyons. Oh, Joe's just no-selling all of these dives to the outside. And now we're on number 3 with Joe Gacy. 4. We're getting to number 5. God. All right, this is a bit insane here. And it took 6 middle rope dives from Schism to knock Odyssey Jones off of his feet. Like, oh, why are we putting Odyssey Jones over this hard? Pause. I know the man just came back and he's very much the biggest guy on NXT, but still, damn. She's telling him Thomas Jefferson, sucker. Oh God, that brings me back to one of my favorite promo segments of it's Chris Jericho and Booker T, or The Rock, on the entrance ramp, and it's Booker T, Shane, Rhino, and Stephanie McMahon in the center of the ring. You have the gore and the whore. I know what 2 + 2 is. Thomas Jefferson, sucker. Absolutely one of the best. That's the thing, is still why I like Booker T being on commentary and everything, because at the end of the day, he's still great on the microphone as we get a double Doomsday Destroyer from Schism. My bold 23 prediction is that we are going to get Cody versus Roman at Mania, and that is if The Rock doesn't show up. I think we could get Cody versus Roman and Cody versus Rock as Joe Gacy picks up the 1, 2, 3 as he pins Idris Enofe.
Well, I guess I got that one right. Welcome
Yeah.
back. There was a lot to digest there. I mean, yeah, the Ava Rain situation with Booker T was kind of interesting unto itself. Big win for Schism. I mean, they're definitely getting some love. I mean, have you seen the comparables, the side by sides of like Husky Harris and Joe Gacy?
Oh, I've seen those.
Mm-hmm.
Reach, I feel.
You think they look alike? I think.
I know, but we would have had this. I've seen people saying that Uncle Howdy is recruiting LA Knight to be Mercy the Buzzard. It's like, why are we doing all of this weird convoluted bullshit to make their story work?
I don't know. I really think that, at least with Schism's case, one of the things that gets lost completely in this, Nick, is the fact that the Grizzled Young Vets were a really highly touted up and coming team.
Mm-hmm. I'm still mad about that.
So now we're getting, I mean, one dude gets his scruff back. They start being as weird as they could be. They're getting a little more of a chip on their shoulder, but they can go in the ring, and that's a nice touch.
Right. As I'm getting, I'm in commercial right now, getting a video package for the new Ric Flair special. The wheeling, dealing, kiss stealing, limousine riding, jet flying.
Oh, go. No, I didn't know you were going to.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
But I haven't seen it yet, but I heard a lot of people felt like Rick threw Vince under the bus.
I'm not surprised.
Battle for the bar.
I think Vince at this point is just talking. Or Rick at this point is just talking just to say things. I saw a thing today where he was saying about how I felt like I lost Roman Reigns' respect. Cool, Rick. Cool.
No, okay. There's Big Nick's older twin. There we go. Brothers from different mothers. There we go.
Right.
Battle for the bar next. Yeah, Brooks and Dunn. I mean, Daisy Duke is going up against our favorite softcore attorney.
You went that whole way with that. You can have that.
Pause.
How could
Right.
you?
Yeah, we're getting Fallon Henley versus Kiana James in a battle for the bar. I'm expecting. So does John Taffer special guest referee this match?
That's hilarious. That is funny as hell, man.
That's what I think needs to happen here. It's a battle
John
for the
Taffer,
bar.
yo.
And John Taffer's out there, or at least be on commentary.
If they were still on
No, he's going to be outside
guaranteed.
of the parking lot. He's going to have his spy team come in there and see and check him on the bar while they're having the match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm totally okay with that. I mean, I think if they were still on Spike, it was a possibility. Because at that point, the Spike network became the bar network, the John Taffer network.
Well, now USA's even got that Bar Mania show or whatever, to where that's where Sasha Banks is on there. Oh yeah, so we're gonna have somebody who doesn't work with WWE on our same network where we have WWE. I think she's still signed.
It's possible. She is still signed. That's the funniest thing with all this. Like, I mean, she's definitely. There's still a lot to work out. She's not just walking away scot-free.
Right.
I mean, I really think there's this. There's more to it. There's legal ramifications to it all. Lawyers got to work this shit out.
There's a second forbidden door open. That's what I think it is, really.
Yeah, I think Hunter opened the back door.
Pause.
Pause.
Yes.
All right, and on that note,
all right, we got Fallon for the win. Miss James takes a shortcut for the win and owns the bar. I'm kind of leaning with you, Bobby, on this one. I think the story becomes that James ends up being the owner of the bar. And then they play out some storyline where they got to win in their bar back. Victor. What do you got here? 23 bold predictions. Night 1 Mania, Seth versus Cody for the WWE title. Night 2, the Universal Championship, Roman versus Rock. I like that. I really do think, and I've read reports kind of supporting this, but I really do think that we're going to see Roman have his belt split. And to me, with all the people that you have involved with Royal Rumble, with Elimination Chamber, with everything that you guys are doing heading towards Mania, the only way this works properly, without some tomfoolery, without some bullshit like Brock coming out 30 and just winning again, I really think that we need to get some type of split with the title. It allows Seth and Cody to possibly happen. I still say, in a perfect world, in a dream world, in a can you believe this shit is happening world, that it's CM Punk, Cody Rhodes for the title, Mania Night 1. That would be unreal. I also think we have an opportunity to have the Usos and possibly FTR, even though the reports about Dax kind of pitching to people to get along might be contrary to that thought process. So we'll see what that means. But I honestly think we're getting Roman and The Rock. I just don't know if Roman can hold both belts and still build viable kind of content around the chase. Like, if somebody wins the Rumble but they don't get their title shot, or they get their title shot on a different pay-per-view, like, how do they work around it? And I know Nick has surmised a couple times, what if Roman battles Night 1 and Night 2? What if Roman is the main event both nights? I'm like, to me, not the best of looks, not the greatest of feels. And just a quick side note to keep everyone up to date, just had a little promo with Carmelo and Trick, and here comes Fallon Henley. I promise, guys, I mean, 80% of the time I'm purposely screwing up these names. But Daisy Duke is on the way out to the ring with Brooks and Dunn. Much easier to say. Rolls off the tongue. But get your predictions in. Who do you see winning this match? Do you got Henley, or do you got James? Who's going to own the bar at the end of the night? Who's going to take the money home? Setting the mic off to red. Oops. The Leafs 3-3 mid-second. Thank you, Mike. I hope you're doing well, sir. Sophie, who thinks I'm 60. I love it. Night 2 of Mania, we will see the fall of the bloodline. Maybe not. I don't know if that's quite the case, Sophie. I really don't. To be honest, I think that Roman ends Mania. I think the final thing that we see night 2 at Mania is Roman Reigns standing over the Rock with the rest of the bloodline looking more united than ever. And then I do think after Mania, we begin to see the fall of the Roman Empire. Because at some point, there does have to be a transition. I mean, it's been an outstanding, historic run, undeniably, the bloodline, the best faction of 2022. And it's not even a close race. Like, anyone else can pitch me other factions that had good 2022s, but the bloodline is miles ahead of everybody. It's not even fair how dominant they were. Chelsea Green, Matt Cardona need to come in. Listen, there's rumors of a lot of couples. Chelsea Green, Matt Cardona. Someone the other night wants Bray and Adam Cole to show up, which I think is highly unlikely. Then we were talking about Nick Aldis and Mickie James. Was shout to my boy Nick on that one. It's funny, right? Deonna Purrazzo, maybe Steve Macklin comes back. By the way, Macklin has, you know what? He was a guy that didn't get talked very much about in our awards, but that is a guy who had an outstanding 2022. And this is a guy that when he is free contractually from Impact will have value on the market, 100%. I think it's a case where Impact would really like to keep him. But if anyone's paying attention to Impact Wrestling and what talent they have going on right now, Macklin has done an outstanding job rebuilding who he is. It kind of reminds me of Buddy Murphy. Pick and Henley. There we go. Okay, Daisy Duke. I was here last night for the first time. Yes, and welcome back tonight. Thank you for being here. Make sure you like, subscribe, and tell all your friends. The best thing you could ever do for us is drop this link in little places. If you're talking about wrestling, let everybody know where to get their alternative commentary. Let them know where they can get their live updates, their news, and then just their overall banter. By the way, this match is going on. It's getting there. Whew. Not my even the small crowd seems a little anxious to see something. Shoosh. Somebody's getting shooshed. What Mike say? Daisy Duke loses. There you go. Eric Young is rumored to be back in WWE. Yes, and a lot of my optimism is towards Sanity. A lot of people talking about Nikki Cross hinting at it. I think that Sanity was not properly used. I think the Vince McMahon administration, for whatever reason, they had one big kind of moment. The lights went out, the music hits. It's cool. It's a really great entrance. It's a really great vibe. Eric Young is a talent. Like, he is a really underrated talent. Like, he can give you that Mick Foley-esque, just complete murder a promo. Can absolutely tap into a different mindset, and legitimately one of the guys out there that can truly make you feel something. As much as we know what kayfabe is and all blah blah blah, and everyone's so smart, he's one of those guys that can still make you believe. And they killed him on Impact, so he ain't going back to Impact anytime soon because they did away with Eric Young. So we will see how this plays out. We'll see what this means. Some people have surmised maybe he goes to NXT, but only time will tell. I think he goes straight to the main roster, and I would love Sanity to come back. Run amok. I love the bar rescue. There you go. Big shout out to John Taffer. Waiting for the John Taffer. Shut it down. That's what will happen, Nick, is James will win the bar, and a month later, Taffer will be in there, and there'll be he'll demand a match so the original owner can treat the bar properly. We're gonna rescue this bar in the ring. Michaels, book it. Sean Spears confirms no longer in AEW. What if we see Ty Dillinger in Royal Rumble? Did he confirm that he's no longer with AEW, or just that he will not be back to AEW in like a minute? Like, I don't really fully understand the circumstance. Now, Ty's a guy that's been up and down. I mean, he kind of is again one of those guys that for whatever reason he just doesn't like he just hasn't found a way to pull himself over. I think Brooks and Dunn are arguing. Are they okay? Maybe they're arguing. All right. Anyway, but yeah, I'm. You guys can let me know in the chat if you disagree. But he just, as good as he can be, he just missing something. And even when they gave him a little bit of a chance in AEW, it just when he would come out, you'd be like, oh fuck, look, more love for Bar Rescue. I like it. But yeah, absolutely. I mean, if Sean Spears, I think you'd get a pop. We get some tens going on, and Spears could be a guy like. I mean, if you're looking to bring in MJF, if Cody's there, maybe Cody pitches for Spears and say, listen, like you bring him in as a guy that works with me, or he'd be a great right hand to some heel. He's not completely a throwaway. He's a talented guy. Big shout out to a guy from Niagara Falls, Canada. But yep, the bar is still Daisy Dukes. What is this entrance song, by the way? It is awful. It is awful. Fallon won. Victor Nash, very true and similar. What did Victor say? Mickey James 2.0. I see where you're going with it. We'll see what happens. See, I think with the 2-hour NXT, part of the problem is they use those filler skits with the 2-hour show. When they had a 1-hour NXT, you didn't have time to fuck around a lot. So it was a lot of wrestling and like the quick like promos, but there wasn't a whole lot of gimmick in old school NXT. With the 2-hour show, we get these like horribly written, horribly acted, college drama project fucking skits that just are awful. So it kind of soured like Kiana James. I think if I never heard her speak in any of the fucking packages they've done with her, and I watched her just in the ring, I could get behind her. But watching those, like, just as a wrestling fan, you're like, what the fuck am I watching? It's not good. But yeah, not a bad show, Victor. They took the bar, the whole freaking bar. There you go. Roxy's on my TV right now, by the way, folks. A lot of love for Bar Rescue. I like it. Daisy Duke wins. Mark my words, Roman will lose the WWE title before Mania, and Raw will once again have its own champion. Yeah, I think it's a must, Victor. I really do think it's a must. It's the only way it's going to work, because if you have Roman defend his title night 1 against the Royal Rumble winner and the Rock night 2, and he just wins both out, I don't know how that feels. If Rock fights Roman on night 1 and it's this big epic moment, you're already fucking up night 2. And especially if Roman then goes under and loses his title on night 2 to say Cody, it might dampen that Cody moment that Cody wants, that big WrestleMania moment, because the night before was just this epic battle. So I mean, it's really hard. And if Rock and Roman are booked night 2, you're pretty confident that would he lose night 1 to somebody and then go into night 2 as a guy who just lost the night before? I don't know if that's the right look. So what if it is a technicality? What if that's how they go with it? They find listen, due to this and that, this, we got to take this belt. No one's going to beat you for it. You've been so dominant. You're still this guy, but the other channel wants a belt. We gotta mix it up. Eric Young was so wasted in WWE. What a shame. I agree. It's amazing. I like that. Armageddon is fun to watch. Next week's episode we'll have Sasha Banks. Yeah, that was Nick was talking about that episode coming up. So interesting. We'll see what that looks like. We need James Storm come back on NXT. Bring in Bobby Roode. To pass the torch. Not a bad. Okay. I thought you meant like on a regular, and I'm like, I don't even think that's possible. But yeah, definitely as a possible passing of the torch, or I mean, it might give Brooks and Dunn need a little man up. Like they come off very soft to me. That's right. Soft. Mickey James got that one. More love for Bar Rescue. Yes, Chris, please give me James Storm. Look at that. Nick's more excited about the whole James Storm idea. They took the bar, the whole freaking bar. Got that one. Victor Nash, very true. Got that one as well. And Fallon for the win, like I said. So yeah, all business. Speaking of all business, how are
well, no, now those past couple comments I had to respond of. They took the bar, the whole goddamn bar. And then you're telling me you wouldn't want a beer money reunion? You, Mr. Robert Roode, doesn't want a beer money reunion?
I want a glorious return. I don't know how keen I am on a beer money. I mean, on a like a one-off basis, like a little short 1 month kind of run. Yeah, I'm down for it. But I don't know. How's James Storm doing nowadays?
Good. He's in real estate. I actually do follow him. I'm a big fan of James Storm. And it's still funny to me of that whole story to where James Storm was in NXT and then Impact said, here, we'll bring you back with a beer money reunion and we'll pay you more money. And then WWE called Robert Roode and said, hey, would you imagine this? There's a spot open in NXT. Would you like to come?
Right, maybe. So I don't know. I mean, I think it would be a real nice, oh my God, kind of nostalgia pop, but I don't know if I want to see them on the reg. Yeah, WWE needs to get the belt off Roman because they already lost more than half of the ratings because people are sick of Roman's little title run. I don't know if we're sick of it. I don't think that's accurate. But at the same time, you might be enticing more viewers with world title on the line tonight, so-and-so versus so-and-so, opposed to U.S. title on the line, here we go.
Oh, absolutely. It's hard to do 3 hours of television, especially when it comes to wrestling, which that's a whole nother conversation. But to do 3 hours with no world title and your world title is the U.S. title, absolutely, it's 10 times harder.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with that. I mean, I don't think it's like, and I mean, some people have out there, but I mean, a lot of people are kind of sick of Roman's run before it even started. So
if you're sick of Roman, then you're sick of Sammy too.
I'm not sick of this at all. I'm actually excited. Like, where can this go? And I mean, I love the possibilities of like, all right, maybe it's KO at Rumble and Sammy in Montreal. Can you imagine Sammy in some way involved in a title match in Montreal? The place will fucking lose its mind. You'll hear one of the loudest crowds you've ever heard.
Now, what if in Montreal is when
they tear him down?
They tear him down. They kick him out, and you can literally go frame by frame and watch that man's heart break.
Tread lightly. Montreal might blow up.
Right, but what a better way to get as much heat as you got. I don't want to fully say it, but like with the screw job and everything, you get so much fucking heat.
That would be, that would.
You are 100% the villain there.
Oh, 100%. It would be fucking
nuclear.
Woo-hoo-hoo. Right? Like
I wouldn't be surprised if you got people to throw some stuff like back when you had Hogan turn and join the NWO.
Oh yeah, I mean, I could absolutely see people losing their mind. I could see tears in the audience, especially if you did it on the heels of like, what if it was a moment of where he was going for the title, but it was all like, buddy.
You thought you were going to be in the match, and now you're just out there to come and take the pin. And he goes to fight back, and then Roman just smashes him.
Right? Like, where, like, even if you have that little bit of hope, and that crowd's riding that hope, and then you destroy it.
What in the... Sorry. We're back from commercial. We're getting a Drew Gulak Invitational with...
Shit.
Drew Gulak and not Seth Rogen. What in the... All right, this man is now just living his gimmick of being the 2K22 tutorial. He looks like he's just got your default creator wrestlers behind him. They're going to compete in the invitational tournament here.
I feel like we're watching some fucking bad infomercial. Like, now, Stan, have you ever had trouble with your garden hose? Well, I have.
Cut to stand like this with a garden hose. Do you have a hard time using a fork?
Right.
I don't know what to do.
This is so weird. I don't know if I'm at a TED Talk or a fucking.
I could see Drew Gulak doing like a Simon Dean thing. I mean, Yeah, Christ, he kind of halfway had it before of that almost knockoff politician gimmick with the no-fly zone and the PowerPoints. He can make it work.
But I hate to say it, he's just terribly dropped.
Hank the Tank. Hank the Tank.
What are
so
we doing?
we're literally folks, if
Why
you
is
want
this
to be a
happening?
professional wrestler before, I guess tune in right now to NXT because Drew Gulak's giving you step by step on how to do holds and everything. We've fallen into flatbacks wrestling school, I guess here.
Right? Hashtag I want to be a wrestler. Tune in right now, folks. Don't
Right.
miss
I
it.
didn't know they brought back Tough Enough.
You could hear
A mouse fart in this fucking crowd right now.
Wow, you stole the words out of my mouth. Yo, what the fuck? You just assaulted
Chase
that
U?
man.
We're getting this over a Chase U segment. This is probably the first NXT in a hot minute. There's no Chase U.
Is falling asleep, bro.
Well, he had too much milk and eggnog. A lot of cookies will do that to you.
Oh my god. Drew Gulak sucks the energy out of a show like Jericho sucks the heat out of a fucking wrestler.
Pause. No, this could work as a fucking segment if you did like one and then you cut back to it later on and you do a second one and then cool, you cut back to it again. But this is just now getting awkward in the ring. Like all that's missing is Daniel Puder and Kurt Angle right now, I feel.
You don't even have fake fan noise.
He's got the fucking motivational headpiece microphone too of, I'll show you how I made it all the way to tapping out to Charlotte Flair on SmackDown.
Dude, am I wrong? It's just awkward with this guy having the headpiece because he's just heavy breathing into the mic. Like fucking hell.
I was about to do it into my microphone just to give people the ASMR experience.
No.
But yeah, this is literally, if you have not played 2K22, this feels like the fucking tutorial mode right now.
This is fucking awful.
He's having a guy out wrestling right now. So like I said, we're getting the Daniel Puder, Kurt Angle thing to where we're having a guy that actually outdoes Drew Gulak, and now this is how we're going to build to a feud.
Oh, here comes the 1, 2, 3 kid. Yeah, here goes. Oh no, Drew says I've had enough of this shit. Dragon Sleeper.
Right.
Oh, we're setting
Good job. Good job.
So Al Borland and Drew Gulak seem to be destined for. Oh, he
not Seth Rogen.
Not Seth Rogen.
Interesting. So now we're getting Charlie Dempsey, son of William Regal, coming out right now to basically teach Drew Gulak that's not wrestling, this is wrestling.
Right. Listen, I'm ready to wrestle well because my father is back.
Right. My dad's here to watch me, so I'm going to show off for him.
I love the I really do dig his entrance music, by the way, for Dempsey coming out to the
I dig it, but I also I get. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, just coming out to the Zeppelin vibes. This is really nice.
Oh, he very much kind of gives off that whole look and everything. He very much looks like the Who movie, fucking Queen, Led Zeppelin is all I think of when I look at him.
Real awkward. Could we have not got to this? Why couldn't he just put a move on one person? This has been going on.
This could have been that backstage bullshit segments that they used to draw out it being a 2-hour show.
You know what would have been better? Dempsey in a squash match.
Just show. No, you got to build to this. If you're going to have him, I think they're going to build up Dempsey, especially because, Uncle Willie's home now. My kid's going to make it to the top of the card now.
I don't know what he does. He's got his dad's face. Canadian Spaceman says, yeah, I was thinking of Simon Dean too, aka Nova. Yes. I fucking hated Simon Dean.
Actually, and he was also, what was his actual name in the BWO? Because he was their version of Hollywood Hogan. Because you had the Blue Meanie, you had Steve Richards. Anyways, but yes, so up next we're getting Tony D'Angelo versus Wesley for the NXT North American Championship.
So
I'm clearly going Tony.
Right?
What?
Feels like this is going to be the main event already.
Oh, absolutely. Well, we've got 20 minutes. Give it time. It's a title match. It's probably going to end up being like 15, really.
Really, really awkward. Yes, that segment gets a big flat out 0 for me. Whew, that was rough. Rough from start to finish. And this is kind of a soft version of Tim Thatcher. Yeah, I mean,
yes, where's Timothy Thatcher?
Where's Timothy? Ooh. Yeah, where is Tim?
Where is Tiny Tim?
Where is Tiny Tim?
It's Regal's kid. Is that A-Town? Is that your version of Tony Schiavone's? It's Regal's kid.
Bobby sent us some squares. I appreciate it.
Right. I can't see the emojis, my guy. It's Regal's son. Challenging Hank next week. Hank the Tank.
Hank the Tank versus Nathan. And then Gulak's going to tell him, Hank, why he fucked up.
You know, me and the missus are going to have a good weekend. Or a big day. We're going to go to Home Depot. It's all I can think of whenever somebody says Hank the Tank. It's just old school.
No, my first thought is, we're going streaking! Fuck.
He does look like Roger Daltrey from The Hue. Yes. Well, I sat there and said he looks like what's his name there? Alan Partridge from Monty Python.
Oh, very much so.
I mean,
shit, right? Like, bang on. But I really do think he looks like his dad, and he makes those same faces, like those angry British scowls where he kind of like, his lips. And
hey, I mean, who better to copy from? William Regal is a wrestling fan's wrestler.
100%. Like,
you don't appreciate everything he does unless you really like pro wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, very much the guy who, see wrestling is an art, and there's a level of respect and dignity that comes with it, and I think he exemplifies that. So I think that's why, him going to AEW was a big deal. Him going back to WWE is a big deal because everybody knows what he brings to the table and what, how respected and appreciated he is.
Right. Hank is dead meat next week. Dempsey's going to stretch him. Are we? Yeah. What is this? Stu Hart now? Stretch him.
Stretch him. Yeah, I'm gonna stretch him out. That's what we're gonna do with Dempsey's good. I'm happy he's not with Chase U anymore. I almost forgot who he was.
Right. Supernova and the BWO. Fair enough. Okay, so there you go. And I guess shout out too of fan of the channel a bit there and everything, Mr. Stevie Richards as well from the BWO. So
yeah, absolutely. Big shout out, Stevie. Merry Christmas.
Right.
So I'm in commercial break, folks, and we are heading towards the main event, so you can get your predictions in for this title match here tonight. Not a bad night. A quick Tuesday night. We're rolling through real fast. Some ups, some downs. It's typical NXT. Bit of a car wreck at times. But this should be a good match to end the show, Nick.
Good beginning, good end. In the middle, bullshit.
Yeah, it's just a bullshit sandwich.
Exactly.
But if you can sandwich some of that shit, we'll be all right.
Absolutely.
Might get an okay rating from the crew.
Sorry about your damn luck. Tony for the win, as we've got Victor saying Wesley, Mike saying Wesley, Damien saying Wesley. Gamer Boy is back. Hi.
Hey.
Jason saying your audio is low, KJ.
Oh, I turned it down because I thought I was yelling.
That's fine. I'll just yell over everybody.
It's not very often I'm quiet, so that's pretty
fun. Oh, right. Yeah. Well, next week we're getting the Grayson Waller effect with special guest Bron Breakker.
Oh, okay. Now, I thought Grayson was like ponying up and challenging. Why are we getting placating now? I thought it was like, I'm doing this, and now we're getting a build. So it's a little
right. Well, we're going to probably build till Vengeance Day, and we're getting Apollo Crews versus Carmelo Hayes, and we're getting Trick Williams versus Axiom.
Trick Williams versus Axiom. Again, I can't get behind Axiom at all. But Carmelo Hayes, Apollo Crews, let's go.
But be here because we're getting a Happy New Year. Extreme Resolution match between Isla Dawn, Isla Dawn, Isla Sorna, Isla Dawn, and Alba Fire.
Do we specifically know what an extreme resolution match is? I'm guessing just an extreme match.
You just beat each other with champagne bottles, I guess. I don't know.
Right.
Countdown. 3, 2, 1.
And here comes your paisan.
Exactly. Oh, Maron. 100%. Tony D'Angelo. Part of the family. I know I look like I could be, hanging out there with Half Stack, Flapjack, or Tony Dimes, whichever one it is out there. But I'm taking Tony to win this.
All right.
If he could stay healthy, I think he'd have a much better run in NXT.
Yeah, I was mentally prepared to take Wesley because I kind of knew you were going to go. I mean, yeah, exactly. Right.
Right.
So yeah, Tony D, I mean, they seem to be a fan as far as backstage and how they're presenting Tony. He could win tonight, but I'm going to say Wesley continues to prove himself as a decent North American champion.
Fair enough. I still think we could maybe get to where Dijak gets involved, of even if he's not paired up with Tony, of maybe he gets involved and we just get a Dijak versus Wesley feud, and maybe that's how Tony sneaks out a win.
Yeah, that could be the caveat that I'm ignoring, is if we did have a Dijak come out and it turns out he's like the hitman for Tony D. Could work.
Oh, exactly. He looks like the goddamn Terminator, so.
Yeah, it would at least give us a reason why he's dressing the way he's dressing.
Right. So, yeah, do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Get down.
Look, give me the title now. Yeah, do it. There will be a pitch black match at Royal Rumble.
Yeah, did you hear about this? Dale,
yes.
Good point. Have you heard about this, and how do you feel about this?
Let me in.
Now, if it's going to be Bray versus, is this just an opportunity? Is this just an opportunity to introduce more masks? It's the hide or cloak that it's just Bray Wyatt as one entity. Are we really going to stretch out LA Knight versus Bray that long?
We could do that. I think it could be a way of, we're going to have a cinematic match without maybe exactly having a cinematic match. I think that's the closest we're going to get to it.
Yeah, I'm kind of bummed out. Like, they could have given us, Bray Wyatt versus Jinder Mahal and still continued this storyline without wasting it. I mean, MSG's always had good shows. I know they did the Brock Roman part of that angle involved what happened at the MSG show in the previous year. But I mean, I would like to see that happen on a SmackDown. Just let him come out and dust somebody.
Right.
And
what Canadian Spaceman said?
What's that?
No, I was just reading a comment. Commissioner Regal was so much fun. The Goodwill Ambassador of the WWF.
Goodwill Ambassador.
Him with Tajiri was great.
Wasn't it? Was it not fucking awesome? And then Tajiri somehow ended up with Tori Wilson, and it was
Tajiri's just great alone, but yeah.
But I mean,
yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
No, just a great example of just stuff that was entertaining, and it appealed to the audience you were trying to appeal to, but still pulled in like a younger demographic. And it's anyway, without getting into that long spiel.
No, you're fine. Here's one for you here. Tony D'Angelo reminds me of Daddy Magic. Your favorite there, member of Chris Jericho's Jericho Appreciation Society from AEW. You mean Coke?
Coke.
There's Coke and Diet Coke because
Diet Coke, yeah.
The nice little double entendre of that man might be because that man's got the greatest gum in the world with the way that man just goes to town. And he very much reminds me of the old school, like 80s wrestling promos.
Oh, absolutely, Nick. And I mean, I sat on live streams when they were in NXT, and I was like, who in the bloody hell are these guys? And why do they suck so bad? And then they left, and everyone was like, oh my God, 2.0's not. And I'm like, good, fuck them. They weren't good. And then they had popped up on AEW, and I thought, why do they keep showing up with Daniel Garcia and beating up everybody? It's the weirdest thing. They were all of a sudden beating up main eventers. But over time, I mean, Coke and Diet Coke have got over with me. Like, he sells those promos so hard you can't help but be entertained. And
yeah, because his heart's gonna fucking give out if he doesn't.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know where the hell I was going with that. But
no, you're fine because I've got right now.
Sorry. Tony D doesn't quite have that over the top intense promo.
Well, it was interesting right there because Wesley countered one of his moves, and he sits there, and Tony even turns to the camera of like, "Really? Wah, wah, wah."
Right.
But right now, Wesley's been in control of the Hurricane Ranas, the all of the Ranas.
All of the Ranas. Maybe it's Breaker versus Dijak. Well, right. Well, it seems like Dijak's more interested in this belt at the moment.
Yeah, he wants to get after Wesley for some reason.
Terminator reject Dijak.
Yeah. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Right. NXT was taped.
Sweep
Yes, it
the
was.
leg.
We know. Shush.
Who's it what?
Oh, I said, did you know it was taped? And I said, yes, we do, but shush.
Oh yes, shush.
I also want JD McDonough to be the next NXT champ, maybe after Breaker.
I could see it, as I've got Wesley right now with a front face lock on Tony. I would just like to see WWE book if you're going to go the full stereotypical Italian gimmick and everything like that, you're going to do the FBI, what have you, and everything of Little Guido, Johnny the Bull, all of that shit, even fucking Vito, what have you, to where they made the poor man come out in a dress and everything. If you're going to do that, at least book fucking one of them to actually look goddamn strong.
Yeah, you got to book them in such a way. And I'm really surprised that they didn't find somebody to join after. And then they had that weird stint where, the Thrashers dude was on his team for a couple weeks.
Right.
Our buddy AJ. But he just disappeared.
Right.
This match is slow as hell. It's awfully quiet in this small building again.
Well, when you had an hour and a half of bullshit, hard to get excited.
Right.
Standing shooting star press from Wesley onto the back of Tony.
Sweep
as Tony rolls out.
Sorry,
Sweep the leg, Danielson.
Right. I remember the pitch black match with Jake the Snake. I can't remember his
opponent. I'm trying to think of who it might have been.
Right away, I went to like Rick Martel, but no, that was the blind.
Macho is the only thing that I would have thought of.
No.
That's the only thing I would have thought of, because, and that might just be because I've been watching stuff lately about like the whole feud. To where, as we're in a commercial, by the way, folks, but to where you had Macho get bit by the snake and everything, and that's also when you had, I think it was the Survivor Series to you, where you had Undertaker win his first belt off of Hogan.
Yeah, that was
so
a moment.
And then turn around and lose it at Tuesday in Texas.
A Tuesday in Texas.
Back when WWE ran odd special shows like WWE or like AW does of Quake in the Lake.
Right. I was just trying to see if I could confirm.
Oh, Wesley defends NXT North American Champion, not just another match. Yes, he is defending the title. So that's why I very much, I think, the good Paisan, part of the family there, Tony D'Angelo picks up the win.
Absolutely.
IC title match at the Rumble, Strowman versus Gunther. I could very much see that. I think that's 100% what they're building to.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they've kind of teased it for a little bit here now, and I think Gunther has shown a little bit of humility when it comes to Braun Strowman's presence. So, yeah, I think we're going to get the two big boys going at it. I mean, I still like the idea of having Gunther go over, but I really don't. I have no problem with this matchup. I think it'll bring a lot of eyes.
Fair enough. And so I guess real quick, because Chris brought this up, and I'll ask it, because we're wrestling fans of a certain vintage and everything. I don't want to phrase it as best, but so your favorite IC champ
ever?
He says Honky Tonk, which I disagree with.
No, not Honky Tonk.
Longest reigning, but not best.
And it's so funny because I'm gonna get burned for this. I mean, it depends when you look at it, but I mean, realistically, I really liked Triple H as IC champion. But I mean, dude, I loved when Piper was IC champion.
I'm going to cut him up. Yeah. Razor as the IC champ. The drip that man had. If you want to talk about Seth Rollins with the drip that Razor Ramon had as IC champ, 100%. As we're
That's
back
it,
from
man.
commercial.
He's right there in that mix. I mean, we talk about Jake the Snake. Austin was a great IC champ. I mean, Rock did
Name a great superstar. They were an IC champ
right.
at one point or another.
I mean, growing up, Ricky Steamboat was one of my favorites.
Fair enough. Well, Christ, even
Owen.
Yeah, because exploder suplex into the turnbuckle from Tony.
But that's why I think we were mad as wrestling fans for so long with Vince, was like those belts meant nothing. And you used to have, like I said, like we just sat here and listened to 10 guys that any one of them could be someone's favorite IC title holder ever. Mr. Perfect, another one.
Absolutely.
That used to be the gateway. That's how we knew who was coming.
Well, Christ, that's what we were talking about WrestleMania 6 earlier and everything with Hogan versus Warrior. That's what it was. It was IC title versus world title for title.
Yeah.
That was your number one contendership if you were IC title holder.
Right. But I mean, a lot of good IC champions. Razor, again, I think he is so connected to that belt. I mean, I think he's one of the ones where if you say IC, give me an IC champion, he kind of pops forefront of him.
Right.
For the tops. I like my old school Piper though.
Well, Piper's great just for different reasons.
Absolutely.
Eddie Kingston. Just gonna say it. Just go with my heart, Eddie Kingston.
Oof. You know what? I would love to go with Eddie, but
I get it. You can have it.
I think Ciampa's toe for toe, going toe to toe. Going one-on-one with Kingston would be verbally. I think they're neck and neck, and then
no way, no way. I can't let you have that as Tony hits an elbow for a 2 count. But you can't tell me that Eddie Kingston is on the mic, but like comparable with Ciampa. Not even close.
Oh, absolutely. I think they're both.
No, you're not going to sit there and say to somebody this is not acting. This is not acting. I have 2 screws in my knee. This is not acting. That guy is the same as Ciampa on the mic.
I'm not saying Eddie's bad. I'm not saying Eddie's not good. I'm saying they're neck and neck. I think Ciampa can dig into an amazing promo, and we've seen him do it time and time again. And I mean, he was renowned. People wanted to see, like Ciampa really dig into some of the big mouthpieces that kick around just to see what would happen. I mean, again, does Eddie edge him out? Yeah, but then in ring, I think Ciampa overall.
Ciampa worked good as a heel that didn't talk, when he didn't have the music, when he didn't have anything, when he didn't have all that. He just showed up and whooped ass.
But he can talk, man. He can talk.
I was gonna say, speaking of people who can talk, you need to slap into a Slim Jim.
Yeah.
I am the cream that rises to the top. I am the macho man. Yeah. Yeah. Tony right now with a leg hold on Wesley, so Tony's very much shifted momentum in this match.
Rock, underrated IC champ. Yeah, Tony's been in control. It's been a bit of a quiet match.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing, like I said, of whether it be Hunter, Sean, Scott Hall, The Rock, Austin, you name a top talent really that's been through WWE, they were an IC title holder at one point or another.
Absolutely. And I mean, this is a good point. Like Jericho was an 8-time IC champ and he was great. A lot of his IC title runs were unbelievable. The Miz has had a bunch and he's done really well with the IC title. And again, like you said, it's generally a gateway of you kind of saw what was going.
Oh, absolutely. Now we're getting everybody with some love, I guess, for Razor here. Hey, yo. Survey time. How many people came here to watch NXT? And how many people came here to see the Wrasslin 4 Live Network?
Oh, shit. My stuff.
Oh! Tony just plants Wesley on the announce table.
Thanks. How am I sounding? Let me see if I turned it up. I didn't realize I was low.
No, but I don't know if it's just if they're saying you're quiet or I'm just loud.
Maybe. But
The
Lauren,
world may never know.
the world may never know. Randy Savage is the best IC title. I mean, a lot of people vote for Randy. Randy had some really good IC title runs. And again, another workhorse.
Who's the worst? Ooh, I have to look that one up. We have to look that one up. I can't pull that out of my head. We're getting a "Let's Go West" chant right now, so it does seem like they've gotten the crowd. That table spot on the announce table has gotten people back into this match. I feel
right, maybe a little
bit.
Yeah, it's been a little quiet overall.
Little SAWFT soft.
Right.
Both men down right now.
Who is the worst? There's got to be some bad ones in there.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna look.
KJ Nick, do you guys see Deonna Purrazzo as a surprise? Yes, do it.
Mm-hmm.
Big fan of Deonna, and hopefully I'm louder now. Maybe it's because the shit's gonna fire from my face.
You got to get used to these, you know.
Yeah, fucking hell.
The arm.
Creature's a habit, I tell you. Since their Impact contract. Yes, and I mean, we've seen a lot of like hints and rumors about Chelsea Green and Deonna and, you know, Cardona making little hints. And everyone's kind of getting off of whether or not they're actually coming back. They seem to want us to think they are.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Chelsea Green, well, she's, you know, take the preventative measures, you know, unlike what Mandy did to make sure she makes a comeback and everything.
Right.
So I think we're going to see this influx of talent from Impact, from maybe even the AEW, from New Japan. And so I have found at least a supposed list of top 10 IC title holders, but at least off of this list that I'm looking at, the worst one that I'm going to name, Marty Jannetty.
Marty Jannetty's a good shout. I like Marty Jannetty as
the rocker that got thrown through the glass, and that's what he's known for, is the guy that Shawn Michaels turned heel on.
Shawn Michaels absolutely buried Marty, and
who the fuck? Oh,
wait, Dijak!
Oh no,
he's not with Tony. He's not with Tony.
You screwed me. Somersault Pele kick.
Oh shit! And I think I'm going to take this one home.
3. Yeah, as Dijak, I guess, you know, come to me if you want to live. As you hashtag there.
Don't say a word.
All right.
But yeah, I could definitely see Deonna Purrazzo being involved in this completely. This is one that you've shouted out a couple times, Nick.
Oh, I still think that's 100% happening. Book it, check mark it. You can write that in fucking permanent marker. That thing's happening.
Absolutely. Super underrated IC champ D'Lo Brown. I love D'Lo.
No, super underrated, and the man who should go into the Hall of Fame as the European champion is D'Lo Brown.
Absolutely.
Sky high.
Right? He was
all the head shakes and everything.
And you know what? He was doing the commentary with Impact, and I thought he did a really good job there too.
I still like how much of that man used long-term storytelling to explain why he always wrestled with a chest protector, because he had his pec torn and everything like that. So he constantly wore the chest protector, and that's what made his frog splash and the fucking sky high 2 best moves.
Right? Yeah, and then with the illusion or the idea that, you know, he wore the chest protector and it was a bit of an unfair advantage. He was great, man, and he got a ton of
the Euro Continental Champion. Yes.
The Euro Continental Champion. Let's go. Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Bobby bragging.
3.
That's it. I mean, that's the wrap. That's the main event. And of course, we were so excited about the crazy show tonight that we just talked right through the ending of everything. See my point? But legitimately, Carmelo Hayes retains the title in part because Dijak. What did I say?
Carmelo Hayes, Wesley.
Oh, Wesley. I see. It should be Carmelo Hayes. Jesus Christ.
Should be.
But yeah, Wesley retains his title. I figured they would continue to rub him, and now Dijak is going after the mob.
Yeah, he's going all, Hitman taking everybody out. Him and Apollo Crews are just going to start their own little like Hitman, tag team faction there.
Yeah, the leather
Equalizer and I guess Hitman here.
Well, I don't know where the hell they're going with Dijak now. Like, I mean, obviously, I thought he was going after Wes. Maybe he's just going after everybody. He's got no friends.
Saving Wesley for himself of like, you don't beat him, I beat him.
Maybe.
I'm here for stupid, but maybe.
But that's it, folks. I mean, get your ratings in. If you're just new here, we do take ratings out of 10 for all the shows, and we want to know what the fans feel about what we just witnessed. Out of 10, what do you got tonight? Drop it in the chat. Don't be shy. If you're here, we want to know how you feel.
The season finale for 2022 of NXT that's gone from the rainbow brand to white and gold to the hybrid to now we're permanently white and gold.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I mean, for me, I think it felt like a tape show. Felt like it was mailed in. And
when people are coming out with bruises from their last matches, kind of gives it away a little bit. Already coming to the ring with a black eye, JD McDonough. Already coming looking like he just got in a hockey fight. Wesley.
Why is he still bleeding from the eye? Is this not a week later? Did no one give this man a Band-Aid?
Exactly.
Dale says 5 out of 10.
Oof.
Wait, like, we'll see. Hold that thought.
We'll see.
I'd give this NXT a 6 or 6.5. It was okay, Spaceman says. I was waiting for like, whoa.
No, and you caught out the first one, so we're gonna get through it. That will be Lars.
Maybe Dijak. Maybe have Dijak do what Keith Lee did and have the NXT and NXT North American Championships at the same time.
Ooh.
Not with this gimmick though.
Not as Dijak. As Dominic Dijak.
Not as Dijakinator. Yes. It doesn't work.
Yeah, as the Dijakinator. That's
Dijakinator is an issue.
I want to say pause after every time.
Pause.
5 out of 10.
A soundboard to save my vocal cords.
6 out of 5 out of 10. Not bad. 6 out of 5. 6.5 out of 10. Okay. People are being a little more generous than I thought.
5 out of 10.
5. Deanna Prazo over Charlotte Flair. Papa Paul, make it happen. I'm in. I'm a big fan of Deanna Prazo.
I'm fair enough with that. 6.25.
6.25?
Yeah.
For a couple of haters.
A couple of haters.
7.5 for NXT. Damian going hard in the paint. I don't know why I turned into a pirate, but that's what we're going with.
Hardy har. We got a 5.5 from John.
7.5. That's aggressive for me. John LaRue, 5.5. Fair. 8.5 says Bobby. Bobby, what did you like?
Oh,
what stood out for you?
What are you smoking, and why didn't you put it in rotation?
Puff, pass, friend.
Right, puff, be a friend, tell a friend. Put that shit in rotation. I'm all about the vitamins here.
8.5 is strong. I mean, hey, listen.
A strong strain, yes. You need to be on a strong strain of vitamins to give that show an 8.5.
Listen, we joke, we kid. But, yeah, I mean, teach their own. I know. That's a tough one. 4.5 out of 10 says Victor. Dijakinator sounds so wrong.
Yes, it does. It sounds like a fucked up Wendy's hamburger.
Can I get that?
Let me get Dijakinator. Pulls up. Can I get a Dijakinator with extra cheese, extra bacon, extra cheese to go?
Right. It's the Diet Baconator.
Yes.
That's what Dijak. That sums him up perfectly.
He's 5.5 out of 10 from insert name here. 6 out of 10 from Mike. Cup of haters from Larry. We already got Deanna Prazo versus Charlotte Flair. 5 out of 10 from Chris. Larry says, "Hold the mayo." Yes. That's what I thought. It could get better.
Pause.
Making me fucking hungry right now.
Yeah, right. Yo, what the fuck? It's like I need a
Baconator right now. About a fucking Baconator, my guy.
Pause.
Listen, what you do when we're not live
nothing to do
is
with
your
me.
business. What
I'm
I
getting
do
hungry
when
on
we're
this.
not live is my business.
All this Baconator talk.
Exactly.
Ezekiel Jackson, IC
Making a
champ,
fat kid hungry.
right?
Mm.
Yeah, that's a good point. Ezekiel Jackson, IC champ, wasn't. It's funny. I like.
I'd
I
rather
missed,
see him IC champ than EC champ.
right, but I missed him. Like I missed Ezekiel Jackson's like
You miss him
WWE.
existing?
Yeah, like
Oh,
I just like I had to go backwards and be like, who is this Ezekiel Jackson we're talking about?
the son of Titus O'Neil and Ahmad Johnson.
Oh my lord.
That is Ezekiel Jackson.
Jason says 6. R-Truth's reaction to the Dijackinator. I don't even have that pic. Wait, what?
I don't even know. I don't know. You can have that. That even what I'm mad at.
NXT was cool.
Oh, I don't even know if that's PG. That's what he was trying to say.
Oh, okay. I don't even know if that's PG. Oh, okay. The H threw me off. I thought you were being. There's some. Yeah, no,
Yeah, there was some lingo we weren't hip to there.
Yeah, right. See you on the last SmackDown of 2022. Bobby, see you then. Folks, we will be live. Can't see me. We will see us, though. R-Truth reaction, Dijack. There you go. Ethan Page versus Brett. Yes, best out of 7 tomorrow. As Victor points out, we will be here tomorrow for AEW Dynamite, your alternative commentary again on a poppin' Wednesday night. The card is stacked, the last Dynamite of the year. It's going to be a fun one, and then we roll through the rest of the week, folks. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. I mean, my rating, I'll give them a 5. It was mailed in. It was meh. My rating's mailed in as well.
Fair
Down
enough.
the middle. Meh.
Meh, a mid.
I'll give it a mid.
I see. That's the thing is I don't want to agree with you, so I either have to go higher or lower. This is like I'm waiting for do I make the bid higher or lower here? On the Price is Right. I get to spin the wheel for the Showcase Showdown.
Showcase Showdown.
I'm gonna go 5.5, Bob. For some reason, some way, it flew through. It didn't. We didn't have great matches. We had a lot of stuff that we could talk about with times to talk about other things besides what was going on in the ring, which I'm fine with during the holiday season, everything like that. Started off good, ended off all right. I'll go 5.5 just to be difficult.
No, I'm good with that. I mean, listen, realistically, I think if we would have gotten rid of that Drew Gulak, if that Drew Gulak segment was a match of some sorts, we'd probably give it a 6, 6.5.
If that replaced the backstage segments that we got.
Yeah, it was just a lot of like, fuck. And that, like I said, that Drew Gulak situation was bad. The main event was a little flat, to be honest.
You had Wendy Choo versus Cora Jade.
I enjoyed that match. That was my favorite match.
You had Ikemen Jiro versus Scrypts.
Yeah, the best match of the night was Cora Jade and Wendy Choo.
Honestly.
Or was it Schism?
Sadly. Oh, yeah. Well, no. Schism versus Odyssey Jones and Social Gathering. 100%
Social Gathering.
Tonight.
That's one of my fave pot shots is Social Gathering.
We need a list of all.
We need a list. We do.
Like correlated of so Coke and Diet Coke is Daddy Magic and whatever his tag team partner is 2.0.
Right.
Social Gathering is not Private Party in NXT.
Insert name here is going to Dynamite. Yeah, have fun. Shout us out. Let people know what's up.
Right. Spread the good word of Wrasslin.
Right. Dijackinator sound. Okay. Yeah,
See, look at what you did. Look at what you did.
Look what you did. I mean, there's another one out of the list. The Dijackinator is here.
No.
Oh, this is gonna be a fun call when he was going for the NXT title. NXT was taped show anyway. I know, Chris. It felt taped. It really did. Felt a little mailed in.
It felt better than some of the live ones that they've done. Granted, it was bullshit in the middle. It was missable in the middle, but it moved along at a faster pace than their regular show.
Yeah, I will give NXT credit. I mean, it moves at a good pace. I mean, I think for me, I just don't give a shit about anything that's happening, but we get going pretty good. At least they're not holding me up and boring me, right?
Absolutely.
And there is some potential there, and I still think they just have to cut back on these skits, these fucking bad, fucking high school drama SNL rip-off skits. They're fucking brutal.
Right. Damn, Cora Jade versus Cora Jade, best match. That's a first.
Could you imagine it's fucking Cora Jade and Wendy Choo, and that might be the best match of the night? Shit.
It's debatable. You can make the debate.
Damn.
Damn, where'd you get that, son?
Right.
But so here, we'll end with it. Well, Gulak segment killed it for me, 4.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
But here, I'll end it with this because we're going into Dynamite tomorrow night and everything.
Dynamite
Amy
tomorrow
says,
night.
I've been liking NXT more than I've been liking Dynamite lately.
Wow. All right. Well, Tony, challenge has been laid out.
The gauntlet has been laid down.
The gauntlet has been laid down.
And you beat Scrypts and Wendy Choo and the Dijackinator.
Which, I mean, you literally understand when Triple H is like, they beat that. Like, all right. Like, it took Jericho.
Good on ya.
But, however, I mean, it's a tight race between, the PJ channel and
but see,
Dynamite.
he didn't.
You got to fix this.
I was going to say, they didn't beat that. They beat Adam Cole, Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano. They beat that NXT.
That's true.
This bullshit.
And you had a little Finn Balor mixed in there.
Say, that's what they beat? No, they beat Black and Gold NXT.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Right.
But, I mean, that's it. I think we're wound down. Both of our predictions, folks, like we always say, we are here all week long. We cover wrestling at just a completely different level. We are the alternative commentary to all the wrestling. If you like it, we probably watch it. If you want us to watch it, just let us know. We'll probably find a time to do it. But beyond that, Nick, another good night. We will be back tomorrow and all week long, folks. Thank you, sir. Good night of wrestling.
Absolutely. Our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is authentic. When you're talking about that wrestling, you better put that for life with it.
See you on the flip side, everybody. Have a good night.